Fellow Zimbabweans,
iri kutobva kutoitika izvezvi chitungwiza road paairport. Vanhu vachiri kutobudawo kombi again.
these are Zimbabweans who have just recently died. Maybe we know of them because I've just played this video right now. This video is directed to the current government, to the President Emerson Mnangagwa and his Zanu PF government. Zimbabwe is in a state of emergency, which means everything else stops. We see in the nation of Zimbabwe right now big headlines, massive liberation war shrines, facelift on the card. Okay, that's a good photo. National projects such as for Invictus to boost investors' confidence. Yeah, maybe at this time, 45 years after independence, that is statement a father should be telling their child, Chakwigirama Ramaswit, never pass. Zimbabwe is not a poor country that needs investors. What Zimbabwe needs is an actual government that knows what they are doing. 1999, we have Miss Malaika, Rita, a farm girl who becomes Miss Zimbabwe. The perception of Zimbabwe right now of somebody from the farm is the picture of what happened in 2005, Operation Rambachina, where we see the demolition of homes of an indigenous and distressed people, where we see people are moved to hopefully creating another Mayambara. 45 years after independence, among other promises, we're going to be repairing the Mbari flats. We see a land grab, which was not a reform. A land reform land is supposed to go back to the owners. The government is not there to be running business. The government is there to be policing. From where we had Twitter, the days we had Twitter, now we see First Lady leads anti-drugs campaign as Angel of Hope Drug Rehab Center becomes a nation's model. Those are the models we now have. Just hold the placard, no to sexual abuse. In a nation where the late former Davide is actually abused in the name of abuse. Former Davide is actually abused in the name of abuse. Then we see this. In the image there we see Jacob Mafume, mayor of Harare, where we see some stories of an inquiry. A minister of youth empowerment, a minister of defense, uniformed police officers we should be seeing maybe in celebrations with school kids, cheerleaders. Now we have an entire military turned into mere cheerleaders. We go back to the Lancaster House Agreement. This is Southern Rhodesia Constitutional Conference held at Lancaster House, London, September to December 1979. This agreement is signed 21 December 1979. 21 December. This extract is from 28 December. Seven days after the signing, what do we see here? Something is up. When Nongo came here, Tongogara was murdered on Monday. From this only, many reports with the CIA, anybody who wants them can request them to be declassified. Zanla Commander Josiah Tongogara was killed by his own forces in Mozambique on Monday. Mr. David Makume, outgoing UANC Minister of Foreign Affairs, claimed today he said he had received from reliable sources in Maputo was that Mr. Tongogara's body was already in the mortuary before the terrorist commanders flew to Salisbury on Wednesday. We hear the now Minister of Defense, Opa, who we hear stories of her having been trained in Chimoyo alongside Joyce Mjuru. We see her at that same campaign, that same image of Josiah Tongogara. We see Comrade Chinks the moment you see somebody reaching this state, the state would kill him. That's killing him. Not failing to save him. No. How did he reach that state? Thomas Mapumo is still alive. He cannot live in his own country. Actually, Chimurenga music is Thomas Mapumo. If we were to rate him with the greatest musicians ever, he would be in the top 10. He can't live in his own country. Josiah Tongogara, when he dies, he's 41. 41. 41. 2005, Mrambachina. Mujuru dies in a fire at 62.
What some of us are fighting for is to see that this oppressive system is crushed We don't care whether, I don't even care whether I would be part of the top echelon in the room. I'm not worried. But I'm dying to see a change that, in the system. That's all. That's all. I would like to see the young people enjoying together, black, white, enjoying together in a new Zimbabwe. That's all. Look, we have clothes.
I don't care about being in the top echelon of power or hierarchy.
Food, everything is coming from those progressive organizations in Britain and in America and in Sweden and all over the world. This shoe, I never bought it. Zanu never bought it. Never paid a penny out.
We couldn't even give Ian Smith his own passport. In the same time, this lie of independence has been paraded, the same parades we are seeing, and placards and headlines. Cities are built with our own countryside, where we run our business, our mining dynasties, our farming dynasties, an economy where we see 1997, after the Willowgate scandal, until now scandal. The currency is in the money, which we inherited. At that same value, we make it Zim dollar. It maintains that value. It's not about printing the papers, the money. We don't print money. From 97, corruption, some are stealing seeds. Some are selling themselves cars. I don't know, with the education, maybe they are miscalculating depreciation. Do you calculate depreciation or you factor for it? And you actually back it up in your capital. How is it possible that we have businesses closing down? I'm not talking about a Zimbabwean business. You refer to them as informal. Why would I be formal when I'm a jurisdictional person? I haven't entered into any partnerships so that maybe I open a partnership account. Not some agent or some guy who thinks running a business is registering a business. Do you register a cooperation? Do you register a merger? A sole proprietorship? A family business? Me, I'm an artist, I'm not even a business. I can practice my hobby, which pays more than businesses. General Tongogara, Supreme General, who had liberated zones. I see him in some document. Some script, is it Tahoma or Sans Serif, among those two? Yeah, it looks more like the printers those days. September 1977, ZANU-PF Central Committee Josiah Tongogara, Secretary for Defense. We see his Chief of Defense in his video. 1977. Is he out of prison in Zambia? A corruption of even the history. And this is a prosperous Zimbabwe, where we now have maminister ekutenga mafoni nemamodem oti tikuita madhiri naElon Musk, malaptop tikuita madhiri naBill Gates. Yet Strive Masiwa had to leave his own country even after where he sees there is no public press in Zimbabwe, and he takes over Daily News. Daily News is bombed. Now, we only have how many newspapers? Maybe 1.5. In today's headline, Herald today, the 4th of September, what do we see? President Mnangagwa hails China's historic role as he calls for deepened ties. Zimbabwe faces Sri Lanka in preparations for 2026 ICC World Cup. That's actual news. President Xi poses to elevate China Zimbabwe. Mnangagwa attends the 80th anniversary of Chinese World War II history. President Mnangagwa hails China's role deepened ties. Gwai Shangan Dam 72% complete. China showcase military might. First digital center to boost rural connectivity. China showcases military announcement. These are announcements, not news. Maybe in a presidential gazette. When what matters, nation building, and a government that actually knows what they do. Not these headlines. This is what we actually call propaganda. This is the actual just the demonstrations. Is this the democracy? This is dictatorship. Government is not there to govern. Government is governed already. Their standards, their rules, their laws. Technology is always moving. We need an intelligence that looks for intelligence in other nations outside. What's the next thing? That's the role of an intelligence. Finance, the health of the nation. Not only financial health of who? We no longer have SIM switch. Govern. This is the ruler. 15 centimeter, 6 inch. The government should just use this ruler. 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter. That is a government. After so-called independence. Ingori in independence. Where we see uniformed criminals. We see this. Princess of Harare demands restoration of Mbari chieftaincy. 28 August 2025. It's a press release. There is a petition. Now, a chieftaincy is actually petitioning a government. Why is the government putting the show? Tikidzi. Where does Tikidzi come from? What happens in 2005? Cholera. We go back in time. It's an article. There is an entire history in the public domain. This article will talk about the history involving Seke and how Seke came to settle in Seke area of Chitungwiza in Zimbabwe. Seke was a looked after man. He was looked after by Paramount Chief Mbari of the Shumba Gurundoro totem. Seke's mother, who was named Mabimbo, meaning the mother's totem was Hata. Some of our chieftainships in our dynasties we are fighting against one enemy. There is no fight here. Now, a government, is it it's not a government. 45 years after independence, just year 2000, a person born in 2000 is now 25 years old, they can now vote. They haven't even had that experience of a prison now where no shop is anything. Ingori shop chet. Me, I'm actually in this grave. The actual building together with my father, who is murdered in 2008. Where you turn an entire country into a what? My base. GNU comes, things stabilize. You kick them out. 2016. 2 years. All the funds are disappeared. Austerity. Technocrat. Now, announcements. You are making announcements about Invictus. Talking about investors. So what are they doing? Who is Invictus? Okay, that one is a new. Who owns those lands? You should never think you can appoint a people. This is now your father. This is now the next in line to be leading the family. They own the land. Whoever owns land in the countries, the citizens in the cities. When we go to any country in the world, cities are open for anybody. We see in Abu Dhabi, people flock there. In Australia, people flock there. Now, we have Zimbabweans with illegal monies hidden in banks like HSBC. The money now belongs to us to continue to struggle until there is independence, not independence. Takatongogara. Imimtungamirai. You will not have 3 months. A state of emergency means every nothing. All the photo shoots and the travelings stops. And we go back. Not to Zanu or Zanu PF, no. We go back to 1979. We start with Josiah Magamba Tongogara. Fellow Zimbabweans, this is where we are right now. To those in the diaspora, to look for information related. Me, I'm here. Anybody who thinks they can murder me, I'll murder you before you murder me. Here in Zimbabwe, 15 Barabango Street. I'm not even basing on this constitution. This is our base, our basis. All the rights that are listed here there must be no oppression of the majority by the minority or the minority by the majority. Universal adult suffrage. Human rights. Citizenship. Every person who is a citizen of Rhodesia immediately before independence will automatically become a citizen. Not think maybe you can find a loophole somewhere and become a chief. Now when we see Chief Seke in Mbari there, he is invited. You government, you are politicians. I don't know which chiefs you think you can put in your Senate. Here it's clear, 40 senators. Your government, you have to be reporting to the chieftains, to the chieftains, chieftainship. You think a chief can steal their own resources, yet a government is there to be protecting our wealth from our countries where we come from. Our chiefs are our chiefs. Our family heads are our family heads in our setup. Now, everything is in a state of ruin to an extent that we call Mashingo Zimbabwe ruins. Zimbabwe is coined in 1963, meaning Zimbabwe. There is no power, it's empty. The word coming from Dutch, its etymology. What happened back then? Let's start from there. We are alive now. Many perish at Chimoyo and Yazonia. Many perish in Matabeleland post-independence. Morgan Changirai wouldn't put even this. Takashida Shura. Post September 2024, I sign out. I'll continue making more on this. So tell your child soldiers camped near this, my house, I have nothing to prove to you or whoever. I have nothing to be afraid of because I'm a fearful person. You should be fearful. Clarence Kudai Patika. Dr. Clarence. Liberation War Shrines. Facelift. Indigenous and distressed people should be seeing maybe in celebrations with school kids, cheerleaders,